Hi everyone, I'm Mark from Travelshorts. This is my daughter Holly, and welcome to our 10th and final full day here in Chengdu. We've got a few exciting things planned for today, starting with going to a local Sanxing Museum, which apparently has one of the most remarkable 20th century Bronze Age discoveries in there. It features monumental masks and statues. And then later this afternoon, we're going to be going to the Sanxing Museum to do some archaeological discoveries there. Some eagle-eye viewers as well who've been following along on our adventure here in Chengdu might have just noticed we've jumped from day 8 to day 10. That's because yesterday Holly wasn't feeling very well, so we decided to just stay in the room all day. Originally, we were due to go to a village called Zigong, about a 1-hour train journey from here. We actually made it to the train station, but then Holly felt really sick. So after sitting there for a while, we decided to leave the group that we were with, come back to the hotel, and we basically spent all day in the hotel room yesterday. We were able to order some takeout food, which got delivered to our room via a robot, which is a bit interesting, but yeah. So we've skipped day 9. We're straight into day 10 now. We're due to meet the rest of our Pandaville group downstairs in about 20 minutes at 9 a.m. This video is sponsored by Pandaville. They specialize in bespoke small family group tours to China. They're experts in their field. They organize everything for you, from your flights from the UK to accommodation here in China, all the activities, all the transport, as well as your meals. I'll tell you a lot more about Pandaville later in the video, but for now we're just going to sort ourselves out, then head down to reception to meet the rest of the group. We have arrived at our first destination this morning. Journey time was just a little bit over an hour. We've parked in the car park. We're now going to be heading into the museum itself. We have got ourselves some audio guides. This is going to help us understand what the artifacts actually are here today.
A bit of a background of this place. The Sichuan area, normally what we call the Shi area, that was the ancient name of it, was not traditionally part of the central dynasties. The central dynasties is a core area of ruling centers around Henan Province, Shanxi Province, Shandong, Hebei, so more around the Yellow River area. This was conquered by the central dynasties around 300-400 BC, and it has become part of China ever since. Before that, this place had its own civilizations, its own kings, and everything, their own lifestyle. This place was excavated around 1930s when they found a very weird bronze artifact. So some of them you will see in the sheet, most of them you will see in the hall. They have very interesting bronze masks with protruding eyes, or they have a very interesting and very bulging eyes as well. That looks like an alien, and that's something that definitely doesn't look like what a central dynasty would have done in the first place. The art form, the style is utterly different. And so that was actually the direct evidence that before people living in central China came over here, somebody else lived here and it was a different civilization. The civilization here had two main features. They like bronze. They make a lot of bronze things and they make bronze figureheads and everything. Some of them we figured that they may be used for sacrifice and rituals. Like they had a bronze mask like this big. You can't put it on the face, of course. So it was deemed, maybe it was a representation of their god or something like that. We don't know.
Now, we did see a replica of this outside in the garden as we were walking in. And Vincent, our guide, did say to keep our eyes peeled to see the original here inside the museum. So that was hall number 2 we've just been through. We're now going to go back down the stairs the way we came earlier and go to hall number 1, which is below us here. And I'll be completely honest, these audio guides are totally pointless. They're not working properly. Maybe we're just not operating it correctly, but they're not very good at all. They're not telling us the information that we need to know when we're by those artifacts. So I'm not able to really explain to you guys what they are. So it looks like the downstairs part in Hall 1 is all about the discovery, the archaeological information about finding all these artifacts. It looks like they got some example pits here of how they actually found these artifacts many years ago. So behind me here is a photograph of sacrificial pit number 2. They found 1,300 artifacts in there back in 1986. A lot of things to find. And this looks like a cross-section of the Yulang Wan city wall. So what I've actually worked out is it looks like all the artifacts that are on display here have been found in sacrificial pits. The bronze artifacts were at the bottom and they were covered by elephant tusks. And I think one of the sacrificial pits was found with 10,000 elephant tusks above them. Now I wonder if the pigs in Angry Birds got inspiration from that artifact there. Looks like it also dated back to 1100 BC as well. So everything in here is between 2,000 and 3,000 years old by the look of it. So it looks like everything in here dates back to over 3,000 years old. Now that city wall section we saw earlier looks like this is where it was originally found. We're just taking a 5-minute break. Lots of walking around this museum to see as many things we possibly can before we meet back up with a group in 20 minutes time at 12 o'clock. A little bit reminiscent of a Team Labs. We found another one of these souvenir coin machine or medallion machines, and we've been buying them throughout our trip on this China adventure. And we also did it 2 years ago when we were in China as well. These are our main kind of souvenirs which we're getting. So I think we're going to go for that one there. And we're going to, I can't read any of this, so I'm going to assume that's checkout. I'm going to scan that now with Alipay and then pay for it. So this is going to be 50 yuan. Let's see if this works. Then hopefully, once I do pay for it, the coin is going to pop out down there. But it's still thinking about it at the moment. Here we go. It's all in English. I'm going to assume 50 yuan payment. We can even pay in installments if we want, but I think we can just about afford 50 yuan, which is just over £5. Let's see, there we go. So Holly, if you go down there, it should hopefully come out. And there we go. There is our coin, our commemorative medal from this museum. It's now 5 to 12. We're due to meet the rest of the group at 12, so going back upstairs to the meeting point in the cafe. We were just on the escalator there, and about a 12-year-old boy, 13-year-old boy just came up to me and said, "Excuse me, sir, you have really nice hair." I thought, I don't think anybody ever compliments me on my hair. First time somebody paid attention to me rather than you, Holly. So I got what I thought was a strawberry drink.
Is it actually crap or is it shooting out lasers? Right, oh, that doesn't, yeah, maybe dark.
It's more like an iced tea with strawberry in it. We also got
we'll see.
This strawberry piggy cake as well. Holly's going to try that now. So Holly wants me to try the cake first just to see if it's okay.
Yeah, kind of good.
Sounds good. You think? Okay. Okay. You're not sure?
No.
You don't know? Is it doing anything?
What's it meant to?
I don't know. Did it do anything? Like sound or anything?
Oh.
No? Oh, I think you've got to put them into there to like make the tree, Holly. Look, when I put them over there, it's doing something.
Genau, that's really circle. Get close to the street.
Okay.
See?
Oh yeah, there it is. This section here is the interactive section, mainly aimed at children. Holly's enjoying herself quite a lot. What does it look like inside? Let's have a look. Okay, I can't really show this on camera. It looks like we're looking inside the tomb. Is it just showing how strong the granite is? I don't understand. What have we got? Oh, the one with the big eyes. After having a bit of fun in those interactive exhibits, we're now going to head back downstairs, maybe have a quick look around the gift shop, although we have got those medallions as our souvenir from this place today. and then meet the rest of our group in 15 minutes time just by the main entrance. So it looks like you can buy replicas of the artifacts we've been looking at today. Unfortunately, we don't have a notebook or anything with us in our bag. Otherwise, we would have been stamping all those different stamps in it just to have an additional souvenir from our visit here today. Our time is now come to the end here at the museum. We've met up with a group. We're now walking to the exit. Looks like you walk past a few stores, more souvenir shops on the way out. This is a large-scale reproduction of that one that I mentioned about when we were inside the museum. So they've made it a lot bigger, haven't they, Holly? Although the one in the museum was pretty tall as well.
Right, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our base. So, I'm Mr. Sung. I'll be your instructor for this afternoon. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. You've all been to the museum this morning. So, and you've all seen the artifacts in there. This afternoon, our first task is to make our own artifact. We have 5 different styles here, but unfortunately, we only have 4 of them on display. Each of you will have a different style, and you can see 2 little horn-like thingies on his head. Do you think it's a helmet or it's a mask? Yeah, mask. 说是面具，面具吗？ Below. Now, we'll make our run today. And of course, look at the mold. We are using silicon. Silicon, of course, didn't exist 3,000 years ago. Now, you can start. Right. If you think you've got water bubbles away, one way to test it is to at it really hard for 10 seconds to check any bubbles. If there's nothing coming out, chances are you've done it. Its name is called 洛阳铲 Luoyang spade.
把工具它是我们从古代开始
You can use this, and I'm going to show you. There's a different depth in terms of how deep the tomb was buried. So in West Zhou dynasty, that's around 2,500 years ago. Their tomb normally was 15 meters deep. This is the smallest unit of measurement in archaeology excavation work, more than an archaeological pit. When they use this hand trowel, the most commonly used one is to hold your trowel like this.
There you go. Go on the side.
The rock.
Holly's got a big piece of treasure there. How many did you get then, Holly?
4.
4.
And 2
Two.
little bits.
Yeah.
So 6 bits.
6 things.
Yeah.
Well, so that's 8 in total then we had.
First, remove the rubber bands from either side of it. After you've removed the rubber bands, now find the scissor first. Find the line. The terracotta pig that you saw in the museum.
大家之后呢就可以自行打开，我们先找一找。先找到我们的陶珠的正面，看一下，找一下这个面。
Now, look for the face first.
好，现在呢，我们先找到每一块碎片应该所在的位置。那么接下来我会给大家
And now, to make sure it's secure, we need some glue. And this glue is alcohol-based.
破损面，2个碎片拼接在一起，请用手固定20秒再放着。
I'm going to do the base first, like that.
Right, if you've got a glue over, don't worry, it will dry itself as well. So what you do is you get some of the part, you using your little scraper, and then work it on the seams and really press it in. You can see the color is quite different. Once you put the putty around the seams, you have to wait until it dries. In the eyes of ancient Chinese, there were only 2 kinds of rocks. The beautiful ones and the ugly ones.
然后好看的石头呢，我们给它取了一个名字，叫做玉石。
The beautiful ones, we call them jade. We are going to carve today, and you see we have a preset fish pattern on it. Now, the tool we're going to use is this. Now, this is a special knife, and you have to use the tip of it and to carve through the patterns we have make on the jade. It's also very scratchable when you see you are actually using some stone to carve it. And when you round the corners, make sure that you do it not just from left to right, but also from front to behind.
So we've just finished up at this craft workshop, and I have to admit, Holly, I really enjoyed it here. You? What was your favourite part? Archaeological.
The
The digging. So Holly's favourite part was the archaeological dig, where we found, 6 artefacts between us?
7.
7?
No, 8. I mean,
8? No, we didn't. We had 8.
the little ones too.
Oh yeah, the little ones, which I don't think they were real artefacts. I think they were just in there, a little bit of porcelain and also a bone. I think that was just in the pit anyway. Then when we finished there, we went into the arts and crafts workshop behind us, where we've been for a good few hours. We created a little statue each, didn't we? We then stuck together an old porcelain or ceramic pig, filled it in and sanded it down. And then finally, we created a fish shape on some jade. Although it wasn't jade, it might have been onyx, then sanded that down and rounded the corners. And I have to admit, it was very, very interesting. Really enjoyed coming here this afternoon. We've just come back to the hotel. We're literally just putting everything back in the room, and then we're going to head downstairs straight away to head out for lunch with a group. This might also be a good chance to tell you that I've created a travel guide to China. It contains everything that we visited, not just on this trip, but on our previous trip to China, where we spent 22 days traveling all around the country, going to places like Beijing, Xi'an, Shanghai, Chengdu again, Guilin, Yangshuo and Hong Kong. It's got everywhere we stayed, everywhere we visited, tips and tricks we learned along the way. It's a totally free download. You can click on the link in the description down below, or you can scan this QR code here to download it directly. Like I said, it's totally free. I won't even ask you for your email address. We have just got back to the hotel after our very final evening meal here in Chengdu. We went there with our Pandaville group. Well, it was only part of our Pandaville group, actually. Some people decided to go off and do something themselves. And I think that is one of the good things about Pandaville, actually. So although there is a really good schedule for every day of this trip, if you maybe want to just break away from the main group and go somewhere on your own, you are free to do that. So it's not as rigid as you just follow the tour leader from point A to point B to point C to point D, then go back to the hotel, then go back to bed. As me and Holly have been doing on this trip, quite a few evenings, we've just gone and did our own thing. And I do think, to Pandaville's credit, the fact they let us do that is a really good thing to do. And as I said at the beginning of this video, I would tell you a bit more about Pandaville. So Pandaville specialize in exclusive small family group tours to China, and they do offer some very unique experiences, just like today. Like, I really had a lot of fun digging up those artifacts in those sand pits as well. And Holly's just said her too as well. We really enjoyed that. So when we came to Chengdu by ourselves independently a couple of years ago, I didn't even know that place existed. And I think it would have been fun to actually go there and play about back then. But if you don't know, you just don't know, so you can't go there. And another really good thing about Pandaville is they arrange everything for you. So our flights, our accommodation here at the Crown Plaza, Panda Garden here in Chengdu, all the activities like you've seen in this whole travel series of our China adventure, and our food as well. So obviously breakfast is included in the hotel, but they also give us lunch and dinner every day. They also offer bespoke concierge services as well. So for example, a family in our group tour went to Lishan Giant Buddha yesterday, and they were accompanied all the way there and back with a special concierge from Pandaville, so that they helped them get on the train, get off the train, then arrange transport once they got there to go to Lishan Giant Buddha, had a tour guide around Lishan Giant Buddha, and then came back. So that is one really good thing that Pandaville offer for people. Another family as well, they're going to be flying out to Beijing tomorrow with Vincent from Pandaville and have either a 3 or 4 day tour around Beijing with Vincent. Again, like I said, they offer very bespoke services. So if you do need to get in contact with Pandaville and you want to speak to them about a trip to China, this QR code on the screen here is directly linked to their WhatsApp. So scan that, drop them a message, and they'll get back to you as soon as possible. If you just want some more generic information about Pandaville, I will leave a link in the description down below. Or again, you can scan this QR code on the screen here to go directly to their website. And for all you viewers who are watching this video, they are offering a very special discount code. I'll leave all the information about that discount again down there in the description. And just one more time, because this is our last night on our Pandaville tour, I would like to say a really big thank you to Pandaville and Vincent and Holly, not my Holly, the Pandaville Holly, for inviting us out on this tour. It has been an amazing time. I would genuinely recommend it, and I'm not just saying that because they've invited us out here, but just for full disclosure as well, I haven't been paid to come here on this trip. They have invited us out here and covered our expenses for the cost of the trip and all the excursions, etc., but I'm not getting paid. And I think everybody that knows me by now, who's a regular watcher of my videos, knows that I value integrity more than anything. I would never say anything I don't personally believe in. That's why I never ask you guys for Patreon or buy me a coffee or anything like that. In fact, if you read the description down below, it says all that. And if you ever feel like you want to donate anything to this channel, I don't want your money. I always ask you to donate that to charity instead. I just would never want to accept money on this channel for anything. It's just not what I am. So again, I would genuinely like to thank Pandaville for inviting us on this trip. It is really, really appreciated. Thank you so much, Vincent from Pandaville, for inviting me and Holly on this trip. And with that, I think we're going to end this video here. This is the final full day of us being here in Chengdu, but still stay tuned because we do have some more episodes coming up in a different location around China. Check the next episode for that. But if you have made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. It's really appreciated. If you're new here, my name's Mark, along with my daughter Holly. We make travel and theme park videos from around the world. And if you've enjoyed this video, please think about liking, subscribing, and hitting that notification bell button. We'll see you in the next one. Bye. Next time on Travelshorts China Adventure.